A problem had existed for decades, causing needless deaths of women and babies in and around the Ashanti region of Ghana. Innocent souls were being lost, as explained by head of the Mother and Baby Unit of the Komfo Teaching Hospital.
On a bad day, we can lose 6-7 babies. We've had days when we've lost as many as 10 in a day.
Cross-infection was the main cause of these avoidable deaths.
If you have, say, 4 or 5 premature babies in one incubator, already their level of immunity is very low. And because we've crammed them up and they're breathing the same circulating air, okay, they're coming into contact with each other, skin infections would go up, and then general infections.
Expectant mothers dreaded visiting Ghana's second biggest teaching hospital.
All that as a mother we are doing here is praying your baby will get well, and then you go home. Because you look at the condition here and you are scared.
Imagine a woman at the last stage of labor being told to hold on for hours because the only 2 delivery beds are in use.
I decided with the Rebecca Foundation to do something about it because I felt that something can be done. In my position, it's something that I can try and help. And so I followed it up with a visit to Komfo Mother and Baby Unit and saw firsthand the situation, which was indeed terrible.
We realized that the president has a very good wife, development focused, human-centered type of thinking, and has everybody at heart and supports the husband in the development of the country.
A stopgap measure was needed to end the deaths. The solution was to put up a new facility in record time to fix the problem. In a matter of 6 months, a brand new state-of-the-art maternity, neonatal and pediatric intensive care unit had been built.
Yes, it was ready in 6 months. Went back and went and commissioned a most beautiful state-of-the-art mother and baby unit with everything that they needed.
The problem with overcrowding is fixed now.
With 120 cots and 20 incubators, each baby can now enjoy a single cot or incubator. Comfortable state-of-the-art reclining seats have been provided for breastfeeding.
I have to thank Auntie Becky, that is the wife of the president, for immediately coming into the aid of Kumasi.
The difference between what existed before and the new facility is like the difference between night and day.
Our equipment totally, we had a revamp, overhaul of equipment. We had quite a number of equipment. Pulse oximeters, phototherapy machines, ventilators, incubators especially. The mortality when we were there was hovering between 18 and 21%. When we moved here, our mortality shot down to 10 to 12%.
Maternal deaths have also declined.
So the mortality ratio has dropped from 1,485 to 909. Between these 2 years, it's very, very significant.
A pediatric intensive care unit attached is also working wonders.
For here, because it's structured like an intensive care unit, you don't have your equipment coming in your way, and we also have piped oxygen, meaning that we don't have cylinders hanging around that could just drop on somebody else.
At the Komfo Teaching Hospital today, preterm babies who hitherto died are all now surviving. For the First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo, there is nothing more fulfilling than this.
As you said, I'm a mother, and it could easily be me in their position. And so I'm happy and humbled by it.
For us as an institution, it came at the right time, and we are glad that through the instrumentality of multimedia and with the benevolence of the First Lady, we were able to get this facility.
The Ashanti region is very, very grateful.
Madam First Lady, Auntie Becky, as you are popularly called, Ashanti region is very grateful to you. Otumfuo, Asante Hene, the chiefs and people of the region, the MMDCs in the region, especially myself, we are very grateful to you.
The congestion leading to most of the preventable deaths were not only peculiar to the Komfo Teaching Hospital. Ghana's premier healthcare facility, the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, also had its challenges. Serious congestion at the hospital's pediatric intensive care unit caused countless preventable deaths.
If a child came in and the child required certain help, and by help I mean maybe extra care in order to make sure that the child pulled through, we just didn't have it. So sometimes we could just watch a child die just when, because we are at our wits' end, there's nothing that we could do.
Like the Komfo Teaching Hospital, more than 4 babies were dying daily at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital's pediatric intensive care unit.
I think Korle Bu saw what had happened in Kumasi and came and spoke to me and tried to get me to also do something about a pediatric intensive care unit. I thought, why not? How can Korle Bu not have a decent pediatric intensive care unit? So then again we started raising funds, and thankfully we were able to put up another beautiful pediatric intensive care unit for Korle Bu.
I always refer to the First Lady as my mom, so I'm not surprised she's doing this. I know in the past the tradition has been that First Ladies gives this there, maybe some materials, but most of them are consumables. This is capital investment. This would outlive you. It will go to the 3rd, 4th generation.
On 31st May 2018, the First Lady honored her promise. A promise to build a pediatric intensive care unit with 6 different admission suites.
Literally we had everything, and there were some consumables that also came with it, so that we didn't need to now go and look for other things to start. We could start right from the scratch, and it was priceless. The first patient we had the intestine out, was born with the intestine out, and we had to put the child at it was a newborn, and it was at the neonatal unit, and stayed there till the intestine went in, and then we discharged the child. I mean, what beats that? Priceless. If that child had been on the other side, chances are that I might have caught an infection from the environment, probably might have died, from infection. But with the little support that we had here, we were able to save that child. And like I keep saying, nothing beats that feeling that we get.
Fantastic. And we are grateful to the First Lady for putting up this unit for us.
The First Lady has given a signal that when you are given opportunities to serve your people or to lead, you can use it to solve a problem.
So since we opened this place, we have had a total admission of 137. So if you look at it, this is 137 children who required intensive care, who otherwise nobody knows.
Management and staff of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital are grateful to the First Lady.
She's shown the true quality of a mother, someone who cares. And I think this is something that our women can learn from. In fact, she's raised a very high bar, set a very high standard when it comes to First Ladies. We've had previous First Ladies who also done their bit, but this kind of intervention where you deliver such high level, quality, projects, it's really, really commendable. And I think it just portrays, somebody who's got a heart for the underprivileged and the suffering, because these, places like the pediatric ward and some of these maternal and child care issues have been with us for so many years. And, people have heard about it, but nobody has really taken it upon themselves to really make sure that they deliver a solution, like, which is quite comprehensive like this. So I think, you know, we are grateful to have someone like that who is advising the president, and I think our women should also take a leaf from her example.
It really makes me happy that I've been able, in my position, to have done this, to save so many lives. And as a mother, once again, I put myself in the place of these women who go through a terrible inconvenience of a situation in the pediatric intensive care where everything was in a bad state. And so, yes, it also makes me very happy and proud.